Hello and welcome back to Boozing with Miss B. Today I'm talking about cognac and brandy. Now, I always wondered what was the difference between cognac and brandy because I would hear them being used like interchangeably. And I'm thinking, what is the difference between cognac and brandy? They look the same, they taste practically the same. So I did some research and found out that there basically is no big difference between cognac and brandy. The biggest difference though is that cognac comes from France. It's specific to France. So if you buy cognac, that's why it's more expensive because it's being imported from France. Now brandy can come anywhere from the United States. That's why it tends to be a lot cheaper than cognac. So usually though, when you drink brandy or cognac, it's supposed to be drink out from what they call a brandy snuffer glass, which is similar to this. And the reason why it's supposed to look like this, but not quite this big, unless you want to get drunk, which is fine with me at times, depending on what you're drinking. But anyway, it's supposed to be drank from a glass similar to this, but with this shorter stem. But the reason why is because it's supposed to be held like this, and your palm is supposed to warm the bottom of the glass because brandy usually is supposed to be warm, or at least room temperature when you drink it, and that's because it's the aromatics. You're supposed to release the aromatics. Now, a lot of times, like when you're watching a movie or something, and it'll have people after dinner, they'll say something like, "Oh, would you care for a brandy?" And you're wondering why are they drinking brandy after dinner? Well, actually, the reason why brandy is good for your digestive system. So if you're over someone's house and they offer you brandy, then don't turn it down because your tummy will love you for it. So even after you're drinking, after you eat your dinner and you want a glass of brandy or so, it's good for your tummy. So now you have an excuse to drink brandy. And there's so many different brandies and cognacs out that a lot of times it can be confusing about what to get. But it's all just a matter of course, budget and personal preference. I know, like for me, my favorite cognac, is Cavassier. Oh, I love that stuff. Remember Busta Rhymes? Pass the Cavassier. Oh, I love that. It's a little pricey, but it's well worth what you're paying for, and because you get your money's worth. Hennessy is fine. There's no problem with Hennessy. I like that too, but Cavassier is like my fave. I don't really care for Remy Martin. I mean, it's one of those that's, I could take it or leave it. I'd rather leave it. And E&J, oh no, I don't like that at all. But like I said, if that's what you like, then, it's just a matter of opinion. And there's another one out. There's, like I said, there's so many out. There's like one called Martel from France. It's a cognac, and it has a cork in it. So you have to be kind of careful when you take the cork out. If you're not experienced with taking the cork out, then be careful with it. Some of my favorite cognacs is this. It's pretty good. So I would suggest that. And this is actually it's cognac and it's infused with vodka, so that gives it a little extra punch. And another one that I like, which is, it's sort of like bottom shelf, but hey, just because it's bottom shelf, remember, it doesn't mean it's not going to be good. This is like $11.99 at the beverage store, and this is Parmesan. My favorite is peach because it's sweet, and I tend to like the sweeter drinks. But it comes in the regular, and like I said, the peach, the red berry. I haven't tried that yet, but I heard that it's okay. Mango and pineapple. So there's a variety. There's a variety that you can choose from. Just a matter of how sweet you want it and what you like. But when you open the Parmesan, be very careful. For some reason, they glued the top to the cork. It comes with the cork, the bigger bottles. The smaller bottles just have a plain corkscrew top, but the bigger size, like this size on up, comes with a corkscrew and a twist top, but you have to pull it out because of the cork. And they glued the top to the cork, So a lot of times it may break because I guess the cork is kind of cheap. I guess I don't know the reason for that, but be very careful because this is what will happen. If it breaks like that, some of this will go down in the bottle. So my suggestion is that you be very, very careful when you're opening the Parmesan. But um, and I know, oh yeah, getting back to that about drinking the brandy warm. I know there are drinks out that you can mix with brandy, such as a brandy Alexander, which is mixed with ice cream, and of course the ice cream is going to make it cold. It's okay for something like that, but generally brandy and cognac is supposed to be at room temperature when you digest it. So that's my information for today. So remember the difference between cognac and brandy. Brandy is from anywhere. Cognac is specific to France, so you're going to pay a little bit more for it, but there's so much out on the market that I'm quite sure you'll find one that's in your budget that you will like. So that's it for today. Thanks for tuning in with Booze with Miss B. But remember to drink. Remember to keep on boozing, but always booze responsibly. Until next time, bye.